And we're back with Dr. Richard Gibney to talk a little bit more about what we're seeing with patients who are going through COVID-19 right now and healthcare in our great state and in the United States. Right now, as of this month, they're reporting 45% of those who are hospitalized have some kidney issue. That's what the CDC is reporting. They're in some stage of kidney disease. What does that mean to the rest of us, Dr. Gibney, when we're hearing something like that? What does that mean?
Well, it tells us that obviously you are at huge risk for something bad happening to you if you already have a compromise in your health, that your immune system is compromised as part of that story with chronic kidney disease. So you're at huge risk to be sick, to be put in the hospital, and then ultimately to pass away, which obviously is a disaster for anybody involved. So
I'll tell you, a personal story. This weekend, we just buried Jamarcus Cruz, a really good friend of mine's brother. And I've known his sister, Shirley, for like over 20 years. So I'd called Jamarcus up to see, we were working on another issue, and I was talking to him about moving to Texas, because I was like, we have the best people in kidney disease and kidney health here. I just really revere my associates here in Texas. The doctors that are here, they are wonderful. The nurses, the social workers, the dietitians. We have some amazing dietitians. So I was like, you should really consider moving to Texas. And I was calling him back up to talk to him about that a little bit. And when I called, I didn't get anyone, so I called Shirley, and I was like, "What's up with Jamarcus? He's not answering any of my calls." And she said, "That's because he has COVID-19, and he was last night he called me, and he told me that he can't breathe and that he's going to have to go on the machine." And she was telling him, you can fight this. You can fight through this. Don't give up. But he ultimately won. The worst part about this was that he knew that he wasn't going to make it back off of that machine. He felt that he wasn't. And the second part was that he was scared. And his family was the same way. Jamarcus was 35 years old. He was diagnosed with diabetes at 14. Nobody followed his kidney function, and he went into kidney failure at 28 years old, and then subsequently died at 35. Nobody should have to say goodbye like that with him over the phone. And it was just, his wife has COVID-19. They have a 14-year-old son, Marcellus. And he was exposed, but asymptomatic. Just the whole experience of COVID-19 has shown us that it's not okay to be to have all of these underlying conditions. If there's a way for us to fight it, and that way is early detection, is to find it before it gets to end-stage renal disease, we need to be doing that. And, that's basically what Texas Kidney Foundation is about, is early detection. We literally have gotten thousands of free tests donated to us so that we funding so we can can provide thousands of free tests to our community. So when you hear all of this with COVID-19 and how it's affecting kidney disease now, because we know that kidney disease is already up in terms of a worldwide problem, according to the World Health Organization. We've had a 32% increase in deaths from kidney disease, and that was since 2005, and that's without coronavirus. So what do you think we're looking at as we move forward?
Yeah, I would say that a good example is why the Texas Kidney Foundation is so important and so powerful. There's this whole concept of upstream. And you say, what do I mean by upstream? So I'll give you an example, a story where there were three guys walking down to the river. And when they get close to the river, they hear these people yelling, help, 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 help. And they see there's some people in the river drowning. And so the first guy jumps in the river just to save the person so that they don't drown. The second guy, he's trying to build a raft. There's so many people in the river drowning that he's going to build a raft to push the raft out there to help more people. The third guy, he starts running up the bank of the river. And the other guy said, what the heck are you doing? He says, well, it's obvious. There's some crazy person upstream that's throwing all these people in the river, and I'm going to go ahead and get them to stop so we don't have all these people drowning. That's what Texas Kidney Foundation does. Stop throwing the people in the river. And if you do that, guess what? Our whole game dramatically changes to one of wellness, to one of joy, great lifestyles, and
Yes.
concentrate on a variety of things. We've heard that you've heard that people with diabetes and hypertension are much more prone to this problem. We've heard that there's a lot of people, because of all the fast food places over the last 30 or 40 years, that a lot of people that are overweight. Well, what can we do? A good example would be like with this, what's happened right now with the coronavirus. We should have a very good program of media across the nation, especially in Texas, of saying, here's all the things you can do. You can do a bicycle, you can do walking, you can do yoga, you can do all these different things.
We should have an attack going on obesity. Correct. I say this all the time. The only reason I am not in the same boat as the rest of my family, as many of my family members, as many people within our community are, is because I lost 187 pounds 10 years ago and just said, I'm going to lose it. I'm not going to put it back on. And I did exactly that. It required, now when I did this, I thought first of all, it was more than just a weight loss regimen. It was more than a weight loss surgery or a weight loss whatever pill or whatever you can think of, because what I had to do in order to actually lose that weight was I had to change how I thought. I had to change how I interacted with people and subsequently food, because my reaction to food was exactly that. It was a reaction generally based on someone upsetting me, hurting my feelings, or happy. All emotions were associated with food. Happy, I ate. Sad, I ate. Angry, I ate. It takes a lot of work to be 340 pounds, which is what I was at my heaviest, because you're eating volumes of food. So I had to learn not to stuff my feelings with food. And I thought, that's only going to take me, it'll probably take me 3 months, 6 months. I'll unplug from television. And it took me 3.5 years unplugging from television. So I would only watch Netflix and, sparingly. If I did, I just had no running television, no running news, none of that in my home. And force myself to pick something else to do other than eat. And I began to say no to people. Like when I began to value my time and take time to do the things that I wanted to do, because I had my husband and I had adopted 2 little girls, and I wanted to be an example for them. So they were my catalyst for doing what was right for my body. But I fully agree. We should have an all-out war going on obesity and helping people choose the right things for them. It's baby steps. I didn't lose all of that weight in 3 months. It took like 2.5 years to get it all off. So it's not something that happens out of nowhere, but you end up having to change everything. I thought, I could get a weight loss surgery. I'll be good. I'll be, all this weight will just come off. You quickly find out that a weight loss surgery is not, it will give you a kickstart. It won't get all the weight off. You're going to have to work. No matter what, you're going to have to work. So if you have diabetes, hypertension, or some form of chronic kidney disease, come back and listen. Keep listening to what we're talking about, because this could save you, your family member, or someone that you're close to the heartache of chronic kidney disease. And you are listening to On the Record with Tiffany.